Welcome to day 14 of the 30-day wholesaling challenge, and in today's video, we are talking all about SMS text blasting, and most importantly, why you need to start doing free SMS text blasting and actually start sending thousands of texts every single month. That's right, in today's video, I want you to start implementing SMS text blasting in your wholesaling business. And the point of this video is, it is a must. This is not a you might want to do this, or this might be something that you should consider doing. No, this is a must. I'm gonna have you at the end of this video be able to have the ability for free with no cost at all, send 5,000 texts out this month in the next 30 days because guys, you're in this challenge. You're here to get your first deal. This is why we're grinding. This is why we're working so hard. And this is why we're gonna get our first wholesaling deal. Now, contrary to popular belief, SMS text blasting is not dead. And if you're watching this video, you probably think SMS is dead because your wholesaling guru told you to do it, but we're making a whole day in this challenge for you to start sending out texts. Now, I'm not gonna be telling you in this video how to go out here and use a paid service, right? I like SMSact.com, but there's some obvious downsides of doing this. First and foremost, you have to have opt-out messages, which means when you send a text out, yes, you could send thousands out a day, but it's gonna be like, hey, are you the owner of the property? And it's gonna say, click reply to opt out of this message. And really, that's not how SMS text blasting is supposed to work. Now, back in the good old days, I was able to use softwares like that and send thousands of SMS text blasts out with no opt-out language. It was super cheap, it was super easy, super simple, but unfortunately we can't do that anymore. But there is a play with AI and free SMS tools to get wholesaling deals done, so that's what we're talking about today. This method is zero regulation, $0, zero hassle. It's all about you doing the work. Now you might be asking yourself, like, Zach, what's the catch on this, you know? I'm able to send thousands of texts out this month with $0. Well, it's kind of like government lists that we talked about before in this challenge. Yes, it's free, but the catch is because it's free, there is some work or what we call sweat equity involved in this type of method. Yes, we're gonna have to work pretty hard for this. We're going to have to earn these texts we're sending out. But the cool part about this is a lot of wholesalers in your area aren't able to SMS text blast anymore. And this workaround is something I've been using for years and years now, where you guys are able to do deals and anyone around is able to use deals using this method. Because remember, like government lists, it's not like going to PropStream or DMZac.com, and it's a little more saturated. You know, anyone can go pull that list. Going to a government list where it's a lot more work, you get a lot better bang for your buck. Same thing with SMS text blasting here. So what's the secret? What's the special software I'm telling you to do today? Well, the super special secret software is called Google Voice. Yeah, it's not complicated. Kind of like how you get into cold calling for free. Yes, with Google Voice, you can cold call motivated sellers, but on top of this too, you can send text out with this type of software. So that's kind of the cool point here. So how does it work? First, you get a Google Voice number. So go to googlevoice.com, create your account, and boom, you're kind of in there. It's really simple to do. Now, before we get into the actual text blasting, we gotta get our lists. And this is why in the previous days in the challenge, I was showing you how to pull a list with software, how to drive for dollars, how to pull your government list, and how to skip trace these type of leads. We can use truepeoplesearch.com to get their phone numbers. We can use cyberbackgroundchecks.com to get their phone numbers, any of these free services. Again, my favorite bulk SMS software is gonna be DMZac.com. But really, we're gonna pull our pre-foreclosures, code violations, probates, whatever type of government list, get their phone number, gonna create that CSV system, right, where it's got the address, the phone number, the name, it's all organized. And what we're gonna do is just start texting. Now, it's as simple as that. You go inside of Google Voice, and I would love to show you, but again, due to me being on YouTube, I cannot physically show you the screenshots and screen shares of me going out here and texting sellers. Quick FYI, I've talked about this forever. At freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, right here, I actually have live streams where I used to just like literally, I clicked live stream. I live streamed myself at my own home office, pulling government lists, specifically probates and pre-foreclosures. I skip traced them in truepeoplesearch.com, and I started SMS text blasting inside of Google Voice to show you how easy and free it is. Guess what happened though? Yeah, you guessed it right. The video got taken down from YouTube due to their privacy policy. But guess what? I screen shared the entire thing. I actually have the content of the entire live stream, and I posted it inside my free wholesaling course because it's my own private server. I can do whatever I stinking want, and I have it in there. So make sure you go to freewholesaling.com. It is in there, so you can actually see me physically inside of Google Voice, actually doing it all for you. But really go inside of there. What you're gonna find is there's gonna be a click to text. What phone number do you want to text? You put the phone number you have in your spreadsheet, and then boom, you send out your texts. Now, here's the catch on this. You can't go out here and text 1,000 people in the next 2 minutes like you want to. Now, in my personal opinion, yes, of course, it'd be the best if I could send 10, 20, 30,000 texts in the next hour. That would be my favorite thing in the world to do. But we can't do that, unfortunately. The problem is Google Voice only allows that I've seen up to 5, 6, or 7 texts per hour to be sent out. And before you start huffing and puffing and crying to me like, how do I do more? Well, you can go pay a service $300, $400, $500 to do this and still have the opt-out language and probably get worse results. This is a painful process. This SMS text blasting is an auxiliary. It is a supplement. It is an add-on to the marketing we're doing in wholesaling. This is not going to be the whole kahuna. This is not going to be the entire meal of our dinner. This is going to be kind of like the mashed peas or the mashed potatoes to the steak dinner. Yeah, it's pretty good. It'll fill us up. It'll get us some leads. It'll definitely get us some wholesaling deals. It's not the big steak. It's not the big juicy thing. It's not the dessert. It's not the appetizer. It's a side on the portion of the meal. So do not treat it like it's the whole thing. No one eats mashed potatoes only for dinner. That's kind of weird unless you're like Irish or something. But like, no. So yes, we're only gonna send about 5 out an hour, but really let's kind of do the math here. You can create multiple Google Voice accounts if you have multiple phone numbers. And you don't have to use someone's phone, you just gotta get their phone number to make a new account. So for example here, when I was starting out using this method, I personally had one phone number. I had one phone. What I did was my mom didn't use Google Voice, so I used her phone number, and I didn't have to use her phone. They just have to attach a phone to the Google Voice and it doesn't come back to you or anything. And then boom, I had 2 Google Voice accounts. Guess what I did? I created another Google account because you can create like 15 of them. I used my sister because she's not using Google Voice. I got 3 there. Guess what? Use your aunt, you're 4, use your best friend, you're at 5. If you get creative with it, you could probably have 10 Google Voice numbers and 10 different accounts, and they don't need their phone numbers. Once you just add it on, they just want to make sure that you don't create 1,000, and so they make you put a phone number that's actually real. And so I think a crafty fellow, if you're watching this, you could probably get 5 to 10, and really do the math here. If I have my phone and maybe I use my mom's phone, I have 2 lines here. If I send 5 texts out an hour per line, so that's doing 10, and I set an alarm, I do it every hour that I'm awake, so 16 hours, that's 160 texts being sent out every single day. I do that for 30 days, that's 4,800 texts being sent out. Now, if I use 10 lines, that's over 24,000 texts being sent out every single month. And do the math here. Do you think you get a deal out of 1 out of 24,000 texts? Of course. That's like eating 5 pounds of mashed potatoes in the month. It's gonna fill you up. And so one big key I can tell anybody watching this is make sure that you actually go out here and get multiple phone numbers for Google Voice. You just gotta get someone to say, hey, can I use your phone number? They have to just authenticate it. So here's the code, what's the code? And that's all. Like, it's not gonna affect you. Google's not gonna go after you. Maybe they shut down the account, but like, it doesn't really matter. You can use multiple phone numbers and you're gonna be fine here. If you can get 10, which I think some ambitious people can do it with big families, you can do pretty well here and get a lot of free text being sent out. Now, what kind of list should you be sending these texts out to? Well, like I said before, my personal favorite is gonna be through SMS text blasting. Those are just some of the best bang for your buck type lists to be sending texts out to. On top of this too, I'd be sending texts out to pre-foreclosure leads. I historically do not like cold calling pre-foreclosures because they never pick up the phone and they're kind of difficult to work with. But they are still good wholesaling deals. But here's the thing with pre-foreclosure sellers. They always answer their texts. And so you can text pre-foreclosure leads too. I would not call your pre-foreclosures, I would text them. It's a good way to get in front of them. And you're gonna get a lot of great wholesaling deals by doing this. So I 100% recommend that. On top of this too, we get through more government lists, yada, yada, yada. And then we can kind of get into some of the high equities. You can go pull vacant properties, right? Anything from listari.com, dmzack.com, zachdata.com, any of those. You can get into the paid softwares too. But really, you should be pretty much filled up to all the government lists. And Heck, I'm telling you right now, if you sent 10,000 texts out in a month of all government lists, liens, fire damage properties, water shutoffs, arrest records, you are gonna get a wholesaling deal. That's the point of this challenge. The side is gonna turn into the main course here. But the main reason I'm making this video, and I'm making an entire day forward, is you need to start implementing this. Like, to send 5 texts out in an hour is not that difficult because you're copy and pasting the scripts. And this comes down to the million-dollar question you're probably asking me. Zach, what are the scripts? What do I say? And besides me giving you a stupid answer like, oh, just go to freewholesaling.com, my script I use specifically in wholesaling real estate has changed a lot since I first started in this business. Now, with the power of AI has completely changed the game the way that I use my SMS text blasting scripts. Now, the reason why I tell you to send 5 texts out an hour, I really should tell you to only send 1 or 2 out an hour because you're gonna get banned if you just use this same script over and over and over again. But if you can follow what I say in this video, you can send up to 5 an hour without getting Google Voice to remove your account. This is because what you're gonna do, this sounds crazy, is every single text, I don't care if it's 24,000 texts you send out, every single one of these texts are gonna be completely unique. Hear me out. Every single one of these texts are gonna be completely unique. It's as simple as going into ChatGPT or Gemini AI, asking it, create a SMS text blast, asking if these people are the owner of the property, and that I had a quick question about the house, and associate an individual text with the following addresses, and then do quotation, and then put an address, quotation, address. So this is called a CSV format. And so it'll be 123 Main Avenue, parentheses, 123 Main Street, going on and on and on. And what ChatGPT is going to spit out, if you give it 100 addresses, it's going to spit out 100 unique texts that you can copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And the coolest part is if you even use Gemini AI right now, which in freewholesaling.com I teach you how to do it, you can upload a picture of your spreadsheet to Gemini AI and say, give me an individual text message script based on, then you can base some text variations that you like. And what it's gonna do is scan your Excel spreadsheet picture. It's gonna scan the info and then create a text, and it's gonna organize it perfectly for you. Now, this is crazy because AI has changed the game. I've been doing this 30-day wholesaling challenge for years and years now. And because we have Gemini AI, and AI is to the point now where it can analyze pictures, I'm gonna sound very dated in the next like 3 or 4 years. There's zero excuse why you should not be sending text out. And so one prompt I'll use Gemini AI, which is basically Google's AI, which you can do for free. I teach you on freewholesaling.com how to do it. Upload a spreadsheet into Gemini AI or a picture of it and say, create a unique SMS text blasting script based on the script of, hey, this is Zach. Is this the owner of 123 Main Avenue? I had a quick question, parentheses, and create a unique variation based on this one for the following 100 addresses. What you're gonna do is Gemini AI is gonna spit it out, and you're gonna do the first 5 in the hour, then the next 5, and then boom, you're gonna just keep going until you hit your 24,000 or your 5,000, or how many texts you're gonna be sending out here. The power of SMS text blasting seems like it went away with all these crazy regulations, but with the power of AI, the game has just gotten started. And so the point of today's video, again, I'm going to reiterate this multiple times, is for you to get behind your butt, get behind the computer, and start text blasting. Go to freewholesaling.com, actually watch over my shoulder in the course of me doing this, and start sending text out and getting wholesaling deals. Guys, if you've got any questions, make sure you comment them below, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 15 of the 30-day wholesaling challenge. Start texting. I'm giving you a minimum send at least 100 text blasts by today, by tonight, and let's get some wholesaling deals, guys. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.